Hey there, welcome back friends. In this video we will try to implement a yet another functionality, and the functionality is view image link. So we will start providing a link inside this action column to view the image on full screen. Alright, so in order to create this, definitely we need to update the view file. Here is the view file, and inside this for loop now we would be adding a yet another out.print statement. So let us do that. So in here I will type an out.print, and now definitely we need to end the row after this link. So we will cut the closing of table row, and we will add in the statement first of all in here. Alright, so now before ending this table row, definitely we will add in a table data again. So let us do that as well. So it would be like td and closing of td tag, and in between this tag we will add in a hyperlink. So in here let us quickly add in the anchor tag, and the data, the link will be added in a minute. Let me complete this tag first of all, and we will give the label as, for example, view image. Here we go. So this looks good, and in fact it would be rather good if we add the link as a list. So it would be like unordered list, and we will add in a list in here, and let me close in the list first of all, and then unordered list. Alright, so this looks good. And apart from that, let us also update the action heading. Let us give the heading as available action. Alright, so this is good enough. And now let us generate the link. Now this link would be very easy to generate. We will make use of a relative path. So we will simply type in /files handler. Files handler is nothing but the name of the servlet. So in here we are adding this particular part, files handler. Alright, so it would be like files handler, then we will add in question mark, and then we will add in the action similar to listing images. So it would be like action equals view image. So let me add in the action as view image. Alright, so this is good, but apart from viewing image, we need to also pass on the ID of the image so that we can identify individual link. Alright, so in here, in order to do that, let me hit enter. Alright, and then we will concatenate stuff, and it would be concatenated by taking help of this concatenation operator. Let me make use of concatenation operator in here as well, and in between we need to add in the value of the file ID. Alright, so the label of the file ID would be again very simple. So in here, let me first of all add in the label as file ID, and the value would be file ID. So it would be like file dot get ID. Alright, now friends, this link is looking good, but there is something that we need to do in order to make things correct. Currently the link is incomplete. We need to add the context path before this link in order to make things correct. So let us do that. So in here, let me close in using double quotes, and then we will make use of double concatenation operator, and in between we will request the context path. And the way is very simple. We will type in request dot get context path, and our work would be done. Now the link will be generated properly. Alright, so now let's navigate to our Project Explorer and run this application on the web server. Alright, so this will take a couple of seconds to start up. Alright, so the application is up and running. Let me click on this view available images link, and let us check the link which are getting generated. So the link is looking good to me, and now we need to handle this action view image. For doing so, we will open up our servlet, and let me open up the doGet method. So here is the action where we will handle what we say, the case where we are viewing the image. So let me add in a new case. The name of the case would be view image, and as soon as we load up this case, we will call in a method by the name of view image. So let me call in view image, and we will also pass on the request and response object to this view image method. Alright, so this looks good to me, and let me also add in the break statement. Alright, so this is cool stuff. Now let me create this particular method real quick. Alright, and inside this method, definitely we need to call in our data access object. Why? Because we need to get the information related to that exact file. So in here, let me firstly create a object of files DAO, and we will call in a method by the name of get file, and we will pass on the ID. Now from where we will get the ID? So first of all, let us get the ID using the parameter. So in here it would be like int file ID equals request dot get parameter, and the name of the parameter is file ID, and this particular information we are getting from the URL. Take a note of it. So we have this file ID with us, and we are getting this information from the URL. Alright, so here is the file ID we are receiving. Now as the file ID is an int entity, we need to convert this information to integer. So again in here we will type in integer dot parse int, and we need to cut this particular part real quick and paste the information inside the pair of parentheses, and our work would be done. Alright, now to this particular file we will pass on this file ID. Alright, this is cool, and this particular method will return a object of our entity class. Let me show you. In here we have this entity class, so we will get information based on this entity class files. So in here we will type in files file equals to files DAO dot get file. Now this is cool stuff, but this particular method is not available to us. So let us create this file. Alright, so here is our data access object where we will be creating this particular files method. Alright, now the process is very simple, and in general there are 4 steps. Let me copy these 4 steps real quick. 3 steps are always common, more or less. Getting the session object, then beginning the transaction, and committing the transaction are the common step, and we will make the change in here. So in here what we will do is we will get the information. So it's like get, and we will pass on the entity class. Entity class is what? Entity class is files dot class, and we will pass on the file ID. Here we go. Now this will return object of file type, right? So in here we will type in files file equal to session dot get file, and we will return file. Alright, so this looks good to me. Alright, now moving forward, let me show you our servlet, and inside our servlet we are receiving this particular file. Now this is cool enough. We need to handle this file inside a JSP file, but the length of the video is going pretty high, so it would be rather good to print this information, file related information, on our console itself, and in our next video we will try to handle the information on our JSP file. So if I show you the files.java file, then we already have this doString method, so we can like directly print this information on the console. So in here we will simply print file, and we will try to check whether everything is working properly or not till now. So let me run this on the web server real quick by restarting the web server. Alright, so the web application is up and running. Let me click on view available images. It is like loading up. Let me click on view image link, and there is this crash, not found crash. Let me check. I suppose the issue is related to this name files handler. There is this inconsistency. F of file handler needs to be in uppercase. So let me quickly fix that in here. That would be good. And let me also do one more thing. In here, let me give the name as only view. Alright, so this would be a good change. Let me navigate back. Let me refresh the page. This will take a couple of seconds. And now let me click on view link. And here we go. Let me show you the console. On the console, we can easily make out that the file related information is getting loaded and we are able to implement the desired functionality. In our next video, we will try to implement the functionality using which we would be able to view the image on the web page itself, and we will also print some additional information related to the file. Alright, so this is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and in our next video we will continue our journey. Thanks for watching.